Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? The 2017 spring anime season is about to be wrapped up, which means it's time to see which anime series we're going to pick up for the upcoming summer months, and which ones we're going to forget about. From a brief glance at the current list, it seems like this season will be a little bit more packed than the previous one, so let's take a look at 5 of the Hypest anime series from the 2017 summer season. First up is Enmusubi no Youko Chan, which is possibly one of the most watched anime in the world of recent times, as it is the most popular anime in China right now at over 1 billion views for the anime and 7 billion views for the manga. Those are some serious numbers, and as a result, Japan has decided to localize this anime with Japanese dubs. Japan, localize, Japanese dubs? I never thought I'd hear those words in a single sentence together, ever. But here we are. So the basic premise of the story begins in a world where yokai, which are like spirits, live together with mankind, and as a result they fall in love. But spirits live way longer than men, so they often see their loved ones die long before they do. And that is where the main character, a novice fox spirit matchmaker, gets involved. The matchmaker's job is to find the reincarnation of former lovers and help them regain their memories from their previous life. So this show already has 4 seasons from their web releases, and for the Japanese release we will get 2 seasons, which if I'm not mistaken will mean that the show will be more or less identical except for the Japanese dub. But 7 billion views though. If that doesn't mean hype, I don't know what does. Next we have the series I am looking forward to watching the most, which is Kakegurui. Basically, in this Japan, the rich and powerful do not attend normal schools where you learn about stuff you'll never use in the real world. Instead, they attend a special academy where they just gamble all day. Millions of yen are in play daily at this school, and students practice all the skills they need to be successful in the real world. Building alliances, reading your opponent, rigging the rules, manipulation, all in effort to crush those around you. But there is one student that is a little different than the rest of them, and that is Jabami Yumeko. Crazy name? Yep, cause this girl is crazy for real. I mean, just look at that face. But what is so compelling about an anime about gambling? The entire cast is full of crazies, and none of them have any ounce of redemption left in their pitch black souls, just like your ex. And who doesn't like a bunch of crazies duking it out if it looks as fun as Kakegurui? This is also done by Studio Mappa, who are the ones that animated Yuri on Ice, Rage of Bahamut, and In This Corner of the World. So they have a pretty solid track record for a relatively new and upcoming studio. Hype level for Kakegurui definitely takes the top spot for this season. Next up we have Fate Apocrypha. For those of you wondering if you should even consider this series if you haven't watched any of the other Fate series before, the answer is yes. You can watch Fate Apocrypha without any prior viewings of any other Fates before, because it's set in an alternate universe with almost completely different characters, and it's just a completely different story. So now with that out of the way, for the fans of the Fate series, Fate Apocrypha takes place in a parallel world / timeline to Fate's Day Night, but with a slight change in the history. After the Third Holy Grail War, someone stole the Grail from the Mages Association, which when the Mages tried to recover, ended up activating the Grail to start another Great Holy Grail War. It ended summoning 14 servants in total, 7 for each side, so there's going to be a pretty big cast. This Fate will also be done by A1 Pictures instead of the legendary UFO table, so there's quite a bit of pressure on this series to do well, coming on the heels of the beautifully animated Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works. Next up we have Made in Abyss. Now if there's one thing you'll notice immediately after watching the trailer for Made in Abyss, is that the art is absolutely breathtaking. The backgrounds in the world just draws you in visually, and the unique character designs really make this show stand out amongst your typical anime fare. The story takes place 2,000 years ago where a giant hole exists that is called the Abyss. The hole has gigantic and strange creatures living in it, and is a source of wonder and mystery for adventurers. The story revolves around an orphan girl named Riko, while she was exploring was almost killed by a giant snake, but was saved by a boy robot. For those of you wanting a little something different than the usual, this is the show to look out for. Now the last one on this list, well on my list, is probably going to end up not as popular as some of the other ones, but I loved its first run back in 2005, and now that it's back over 10 years later, this anime is super hype for me. And that is Jigoku Shoujo Yoi no Togi. This is the 4th season of Jigoku Shoujo or Hell Girl, and the story is simple. There's a website that appears only at midnight when used by someone who harbors a strong desire for revenge, or just has a really big grudge. On that website, you can type the person's name on whom you want to have revenge against, and Emma I, who is the main character, will take the person who submitted the request to another realm where she will offer to exact the revenge, but in return, the person who requested the revenge will also go to hell themselves when they die. The only downer to this new season is that it will only have 6 new episodes, while the other 6 will be reruns of the older seasons. I don't know why they chose to do this, but most likely due to time constraints, not being able to complete another 6 episodes, I don't know. But more episodes of Jigoku Shoujo is a win in my books. Anyways, I want to know which anime are must-watches for you for this upcoming season. As usual, let me know down in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for Tokyosaurus for the latest things people are talking about in Japan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.